Here's a source that I don't use nearly often enough. The truth about guns. Lee Williams over there. Election fraud. Both sides claim victory in Venezuela, but only one side has guns. And you know what? I could even just stop reading the article right there, and I could talk for half an hour about why that one statement is true. But we will go ahead and read at least some of it because Lee Williams wrote it. So we'll give him his props. Unless it's she. It's Lee. I think that's almost always a he. Correct? I think so. We'll go with he. Every dictator knows that the first thing they must do to maintain their grip on power is ban civilians' firearm ownership and then confiscate all the guns. No one knows this better than Venezuelan dictator and mass murderer Nicolás Maduro. The corporate media refers to Maduro as a strongman, but there's nothing strong about machine gunning disarmed citizens or imprisoning political opponents without a shred of due process. In 2012, Maduro issued an executive order that banned his subjects from owning firearms or ammunition and shuttered every private gun store. Of course, the Venezuelan Army, police, and special paramilitary units were exempt from Maduro's decree and continued to obtain guns and ammo from government sources. There was a short grace period during which Venezuelans were allowed to turn in their guns, but thousands of firearms had to be confiscated by force. Today, Venezuelans face up to 20 years in a state prison for illegal firearm possession. Maduro justified his crime, his national gun grab, by claiming it would reduce crime. Does that sound familiar? Of course it does. This is what we're hearing every day. Now, here's the challenge we face. Right now, there's a couple of different arguments regarding the Second Amendment. The first one usually comes from the left, and they're like, they're arguing in favor of gun control by saying, oh, you know what? You don't need a semi-automatic, a rapid fire gun, rifle in order to shoot deer. Because they want you to think, they're gaslighting you into thinking that the Second Amendment is about hunting, right? But even many on the right make a very bad argument in favor of the Second Amendment in what they think is trying to support it by saying, oh, well, you've got to, you need more than 10 rounds because what if you have to take on 11 bad guys that are trying to break into your home? We have to fight crime with. And look, I don't disagree that firearms are great. Okay, they are great when it comes to hunting. It's a lot easier to hunt with a gun than a knife or even a bow. And yes, of course, self-defense is extraordinarily important. It's a human right. It's a natural right, and therefore firearms should be available for our fellow human beings to defend themselves against violent fellow human beings or bears or whatever. But the Second Amendment was not about hunting. It was not about crime. It was about fighting oppression, about fighting tyranny, and not just from foreign powers, but from within. We're seeing the results of what would happen if the Second Amendment were not only attacked, because it's under attack every day, but if they were somehow able to be successful in doing what, for example, Maduro did. Now, there was a time not long ago when I would have said it's impossible. There's just too many guns in America, too many gun owners. It would be impossible for them to fully take them away. But I'm not so sure anymore. I know there are many of us who, no, we wouldn't give up our guns no matter what. Okay? But when I say many, unfortunately, I don't think that's a majority. I wouldn't, even though we have so many hundreds of millions of firearms here in the United States within the hands of private citizens, I don't think that we as a nation have the appetite anymore to really fight that fight, not least a majority of people. There will be those who do, and there will be violent clashes if they ever really truly try to take away our guns. And it seems as if, I would argue, that unless they're able to take us down in some other means, such as cyber attack or whatever, economic collapse, food crisis, perhaps even a civil war, or what would actually end up being a revolutionary war, there are a lot of ways that they could do it, but one possible path is to try to do it the old-fashioned way, which is just to disarm us and then oppress us. Either way, no matter what's coming, no matter what they plan to do to try to take down the United States of America, and I would assume they've got multiple plans in action because it's not going to be that easy. Whatever they do, just be sure you don't give up your firearms. For a very limited time, you can go to mypillow.com/JDR and get employee pricing on the premium MyPillow as low as $19.98. That's $19.98. Use promo code JDR at mypillow.com/JDR. You can take advantage of that or the $25 extravaganza that's going on right now as we speak as well. MyPillow.com/JDR. Use promo code JDR for the maximum discount.